Bubbly Butterfly here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make fast, cheap, but awesome candles for your practice or just for fun, because they look awesome. So, if you are interested in this topic and you like what you see, then stay tuned. The supplies I used for this craft were actually things that I found around the house, and that's what makes it so cheap and so awesome. So the supplies I used for this craft are a toilet paper roll, minus the toilet paper, a plate, a cup, a pot to boil the water in, and usually you can find in your kitchen or at any grocery store for about $3, paraffin wax, and crayons if you want coloring, and also essential oils, or perfume works too, to make the candle smell beautiful. And also, if you can get a wick, then that's good, but honestly, if you tie some strings together, if you just wind them together, that'll work really good too for a wick. So that's everything I used, and they were just things I found around the house. I've tried a couple different ways of making candles before, and this is by far the most success I've had with it. If you use a glass container, even if you use PAM spray or cooking spray, sometimes it doesn't come out and you have to wreck the candle to get it out, which is no good. You want to keep the shape and that nice signature smoothness on the outside. So instead of buying those expensive plastic molds that open up for you, I just used the toilet paper roll because that was approximately the height and size that I wanted, and it worked perfectly. So if you can think of another creative way around it, it's so much better to just use things from home and not buy the expensive things, and you get the same result, so why not? So the first step is to get your mold ready. So you're going to have to get a glass plate, lay it down on a solid surface, and have your toilet paper roll. Just stick it in the middle of the plate, and if you want to, you can put tape around it, or actually hot glue works really well. Hot glue around it to the plate. It'll come right off afterwards, so don't worry about that. And you want to have your wick ready. So you take a couple of strings, if you're using strings, twist them together, make sure it's longer than the toilet paper roll, just in case. You want to have enough wick to go through the whole candle. So you want to start boiling your water in a pot. Take your paraffin wax and on a cutting board with a knife. Be very careful. If you're underage, you might want your parents to do this because you are working with a knife and it could split. So you want to be very careful. You just want to use a knife to shave off little pieces of the paraffin wax. And you can also use a grater. You just want to get it as small and thin pieces as possible so you have a pile of loose wax. Once that's ready, you're going to want to put the wax in the cup. You can do it in sections if you like, just doing a bit of wax at a time. That might actually go faster. And you put it in the cup and place the cup in the middle of the boiling water in the pot. So you're just going to let that boil for a while. If you want any coloring in your candle, you're going to want to take the wax of the crayon and have that shredded up too, and just add it into the wax and have a spoon or something to stir it and mix it all together. If you use coloring, it actually won't work. The coloring will just disperse and it won't stick to the wax. You need a wax that's already colored, so that's why we use the crayons. And if you want any kind of smell, you can either spurt some perfume, you want to use quite a bit, in the wax mixture as it's melting, or you can put a couple drops of essential oil and do it that way. And if you're going to use these candles for spells or anything like that, you're going to want to put your intention into the candle the whole time you're making it. say it's a love spell, you're going to want to just think of love and think of, just think always of happiness and love, and just make sure you're in a positive mood when you're making it. And use a pink crayon, and maybe use rose scent. If you want to, you can add in actual rose petals or just things like that. Like, you can add all those ingredients into the candle and infuse it with that love energy, and that will really enhance your ritual. So, once the wax has melted in the pot, you're going to want to make sure, first of all, that your toilet paper roll is secured on the plate. And you can either hold it there, but your hands might get tired. This is what I did, but they got a bit tired. You hold it to the plate, or you have it hot glued to the plate or cape. Once the wax is melted, you're going to want to take your wick that's all kind of twirled together into one. You use a couple things of string and twirl them into one, or you have a real wick that you bought from the store. And you're going to want to dip it into the wax. Be careful you don't burn your fingers. Don't put your fingers in the wax ever, because it's very hot. And just coat it, and that will make it waterproof if you're going to use it outside. And that'll also let it burn a little slower, so it'll last longer. And you take a piece of tape or hot glue, and you just glue it or tape it to the very middle on the plate of the toilet paper roll, just exactly where you want the wick to be in the candle. Because you have to picture the empty space in the roll, that's where the candle is going to be. So you just put it right in the middle. And you take some kind of pencil or just a sort of stick, like big enough to go across the top of the toilet paper roll. And you let that just rest on the top of the toilet paper roll. So the wax is ready at this point. Make sure you take a mitten or whatever. You don't want to grab the glass because everything is very hot. You just have to keep that in mind. So you grab it with your mitten and you gently pour it into the mold, so it's actually up to the top. And after that, you're pretty much good. You just have to let it completely cool. I actually let mine cool overnight. You just leave it there out in the open and it'll harden itself. And the awesome thing is, you just peel away, you can cut it off or just peel it with your fingers, the toilet paper roll, and it doesn't leave any kind of paper or anything on the candle, and you just trim the wick at the bottom, and you're good to go. You've got your candle completely made. I hope this helps, and this is a craft that you guys would like to try. It'll save you a lot of money in your practice, and just if you love candles, it'll save you lots of money too. And it's just a really fun thing to do. So thanks so much for watching this tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed it and you have fun trying it out. Let me know how it goes if you do. And I will talk to you guys really soon. Blessed be.